Hey boys and girls. Today we are still in our Module 1 through 9 book, Chapter 8, or Module 8, and we're doing Lesson 5, which is on page 199. We are going to use representations of area to develop procedures. So when we're doing this lesson, we're going to be able to find the product or the answer to a multiplication problem using an area model. So area, we know, is length times width. Just like if we had a rug, if we hear square feet, how big a home is. The area is how much space something is taking up, something flat. So we think of rugs, or maybe a room as far as the floor, things like that. Okay, so in order to do, sometimes we'll do a model. We've done a lot of models this year to help us. So that's one strategy that we can use, and we're going to talk about using that strategy today. It says a contractor buys rectangular floor tiles for a home that he is building. How can you find the area of the tile? Use the square to help you find the area of the tile. Okay, so here's our tile right here. It is 3/4 foot and 1/3 foot, your length and your width. Okay, so first I know that I have 3 out of 4 parts. So I could represent that by making my square into fourths and having 3 of those. And instead of using 2 different colors, I'm going to show you a way that you can do this if you only have your pencil or just one color. Okay? Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Make sure y'all can see good. So whenever I do it like this, I'll just put lines facing one way, okay? Now my other side is in thirds, so I'm just going to put that into 3 parts. And y'all, it doesn't matter how your parts look. It's okay, this is just for you. And we have 1 of those, so then I'm going to make my marks the opposite way to represent 1/3. Where your fractions overlap, and see, it kind of looks like this woven basket. Where they overlap, make the crisscross. That is your answer. That is finding 1/3 of 3/4. That's really all that you're doing. You're finding, you've got your 3/4, and you're finding 1/3 of that. You're finding a piece, a fraction of that other part, which also happens to be a fraction. So remember though that now we've got 3 parts, but they're split into 12s because there's 4, 8, 12 pieces now, because I had fourths and then I made thirds out of that. Okay, and we know that 3/12 is equivalent to 1/4 because we can divide our numerator and denominator both by 3. Okay, and we know that that we can simplify those to get that. Okay, so this is one way that we can do that. There might be something else that you're beginning to notice here, because, you know, let's not forget to write our problem out. 3/4 times 1/3 is 3/12, like we just solved. What do you notice here? We're just multiplying our numerators and our denominators. I don't want us to just, memorize this rule though. We can see it in action right here. And I really like that, because we're understanding, oh, I had my 3/4. I found 1/3 of that. I took my 3/4 and I split it into 3 parts, and I have 1 of those parts now. All right, so let's keep looking on page 200. To tile a different room, the tile shown at the right is used. They have a new size tile here. use the square to help you find the area of the tile. So again, we're going to represent this with an area model. So I'll do my 2/3 first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 2/3. Okay? I'm finding 3/4 of the 2/3, or 2/3 of the 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to fill in 3 of those. All right. Again, you can see if you only have one color to use where they overlap, because your lines crisscross there, make those X's. It looks like a basket. So let's see what that is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I'm at 3, 6, 9, 12. I know 6/12 is equivalent to a half. If I have 6 of them filled in out of 12, I know that's half. If we write our problem out, 2/3 times 3/4, we will also see that 6/12. Okay, it says how do we use that area model? We kind of talked about it while we did it. We represented the fractional parts of each side of the tile. Okay. What is the area? Write a multiplication. We did that. 6/12 or 1/2. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. So this is one of my favorite things doing in math because it's fun. Like, I think that's fun to do, and it's pretty simple, which we love that. It's always nice. Okay, let's look at another example. For another room, the contractor uses floorboards with the dimensions shown. Dimensions, length and width, just a fancy word for that. 4/9 and 3/4. So 4/9 times 3/4. You probably heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, that's a 10 by 12 building." That's what they're talking about, the length and the width. And when they're saying by, they're meaning multiply. Okay, so we've got 3/4 and 4/9. All right, I'll do my fourths. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 3 of them. Okay, and now I have 4/9. Got a lot of pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna do 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they overlap here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See how many pieces I'm in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know 4 times 9 is 36. I can divide both of these by 12 and get a 4. Just like I would multiply it right there and get my answer. So the area is a 4. And we modeled it by doing this. So how can we find the product of two fractions without using that visual model? We can multiply numerators and denominators. Okay, very good. All right, guys. So that's how we do that. If you have any questions, let me know.